out. We don't want to release any erroneous information.
We heard this took place right after the second service. You got a call at 1:10. When did the second service end?
I don't have that information.
So when did the police arrive here?
The call came in at 1:10. Our first officer was here at 1:13.
We heard the officer was possibly wearing like bombs or strapped to something, any of that nature.
When we get that information, we'll let you know.
Has anybody connected between this and what happened?
We haven't established a connection between what's happened here and what happened in the Denver area. We don't know that at this time.
Have you given any general descriptors of the gunman, age, race, anything like that?
No, we haven't. Primarily because we want to make sure we get all the information that's available to us. And like I said, we're still trying to interview witnesses and make sure the victims and everything are okay before we release any information.
Have you yourselves made an ID on him?
No, we have not. I'm not going to comment on that.
Is there any concerns that this may happen at other area churches around town, given that what happened in Arvada and now here? Are you guys looking into that at all?
Well, we don't want to alarm the public, but we also do not want to have another copycat situation. I can't control what's in people's mindsets, and we don't want to speculate on what happened here today either.
Are you in contact with church officials at this time?
Yes, we are.
How many facilities around here are on lockdown right now?
Well, we have 3 main buildings. Pretty much everything that's on lockdown is right behind us.
Okay. At New Life Church?
Yes.
What about Lockheed Martin?
Lockheed Martin is on lockdown, and any other businesses that's in the primary area that's open for business today is on lockdown.
Okay. And could you give us your first and last name? I missed it.
First name is Fletcher. Last name is Howard. And I'm with the Colorado Springs Police Department. I'm a lieutenant with the police department.
You know, it is very early. Any kind of motive at all yet? You got to see?
And Nina, we're just leaving a live press conference with Lieutenant Fletcher. Howard, a lot of information being given at this time now. Apparently, New Life Church, there's 3 buildings on their campus on lockdown at this time, as well as Lockheed Martin, which is just right across the way over here. Now, they do have 1 suspect in custody. Lieutenant Fletcher would not say whether or not, Lieutenant Howard rather, would not say whether or not that suspect is wounded or is dead at this time. We just know that he has been taken down in some manner. That's all we've been told. At this time, they may be looking for a second suspect, and SWAT is on scene here rather, as well as the fire department. Several victims have been transported to the hospital. Now, we do want to clarify something. Earlier, we reported that possibly 4 people had died as a result of this shooting. Lieutenant Howard saying that is unconfirmed information at this time, that he is just saying that there are people who have been transported to the hospital. He would not describe the nature of their wounds at this time. He said, let's just wait and assess the situation as more information comes in the hours to come. We will certainly be on the scene here and bring you more as it's available to us. Certainly a difficult time for New Life Church members. This year has just been an incredibly shocking and difficult year for them. We'll send it back to you in the studio, Nina, and we'll keep you posted.
Cheryl, I do have one question for you while you're out there. We're getting some reports that police are still searching inside of the church. They're perhaps doing a room-by-room search, maybe looking for a second suspect. Are you seeing that in there?
You know, we haven't been allowed to go any further than the road to the facility because, of course, it's completely blocked off by authorities right now. But what you mentioned, that is a high possibility at this time because the facility is on lockdown and they're double-checking for a second suspect possibly and looking to make sure that there may not be any more gunmen involved in the situation. Now, I do want to remind you that the shooting took place in a parking lot outside here at New Life and not actually inside the church. So whether or not there is someone inside the church or a search going on at this time is unconfirmed information. Lots and lots and lots of different information coming through on this story, so we're trying to filter it all out and give the very best and accurate information to the viewer. But just lots of people lined up here along the New Life Drive here just waiting to hear what has happened and waiting to hear if one of their loved ones may have been hurt in this tragic shooting. Nina,
my last last question for you, Cheryl.
Sure.
Is, have you spoken with anybody, any members of New Life Church, anyone standing around outside while you've been on the scene?
Absolutely. I've talked to a number of people here, and, of course they say they're all shocked. We even talked to one man who has friends who were involved in the shooting with the YWAM base up in Arvada. He is completely beside himself, and understandably so. Like I mentioned, a very, very difficult time for this church with so many things unfolding in the past year, and then today, perhaps obviously the most devastating of all. People here just say they can't believe it. You have to ask yourself what is going on with mall shootings in Omaha and things like this, the YWAM shooting, and now this. So many people here just trying to assess and assimilate that information. Very, very shocked.
Thank you, Cheryl, reporting live from the scene at New Life Church. And some of those troubles she was referring to at New Life Church when Reverend Ted Haggard, then the president of the National Association of Evangelicals, admitted to undisclosed sexual immorality when a male prostitute had alleged that he had a 3-year cash-to-sex relationship with Ted Haggard. Obviously, a lot of trouble with the church there. And this is one of Colorado's largest churches with more than 10,000 members. A lot of people just devastated there. Just in August, they had named a new pastor there, a new leader at New Life Church. A lot of changes going on. Again, we are just coming out live from a press conference at New Life Church. There was a lieutenant from the Colorado Springs Police Department confirming that several people have been shot and transported to local hospitals. We are not aware of any casualties at this point. We heard some earlier reports that perhaps some people may have died from those gunshot wounds. Again, that is not confirmed. We do know they are being treated at local hospitals. We actually heard a report of one victim of that shooting drove himself to Penrose Main Hospital. We're not aware of his injuries, but they may not be life-threatening if he was able to take himself to the hospital. The surrounding buildings around New Life Church, which is at Voyager and Interquest in the far north end of Colorado Springs, are in lockdown. Lockheed Martin, other surrounding buildings, there are about 3 other buildings, I believe, that are in lockdown at this time. Right now, one suspect is in custody. There were reports of him being down. We're not quite sure if that means he is in custody. Perhaps he was injured, and they may be looking for a second suspect. We're also hearing reports that police are doing a room-by-room search inside of the church. Earlier today, Lance Coles, a pastor at New Life Church, told the Associated Press he received reports, and police have confirmed this, that there was a shooting of people in the church parking lot, and then perhaps maybe the shooter or shooters moved inside of the building. New Life Church, again, founded by Reverend Ted Haggard. Like we mentioned earlier, like Cheryl mentioned, that church has been going through quite a bit of turmoil. And it's not immediately known whether these shootings were related to an earlier shooting. About 70 miles away in Arvada in the Denver area, there was a shooting at a missionary training center. 2 people died in that shooting early in the morning on Sunday. And again, this is all we know at this time. And as soon as we know more, we're going to cut into programming and bring you more vital information in the shooting at Sunday. And again, this is all we know at this time. And as soon as we know more, we're going to cut into